The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
It's the summer of Alan Lazard. Lazard spoke yesterday and said a lot about what went wrong in 2023 and if he could bounce back with Rodgers back in 2024. Plus, the Jets are on the field for their second padded practice of the summer. Live updates throughout the course of our show. It's the Jake Asman Show. Let's hit it and get it started. Man, our Jets are primed for a historic season.
There goes my hero.
Oh,
As he goes.
We bleed Jets green each and every day. This is not the same old Jets. We have Aaron freaking Rodgers. We have Garrett Wilson. Let's go. We have Breece Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chat, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quinnen Williams. The Jets bandwagon is loaded. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show. Here we go, Jet fans. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. It goes a long way towards this show continuing to grow as we talk Jets each and every day. You know, we have to update the intro because it should say, we have Kenoby. Shout out to listener Jay Quest, who sent in this photo of him rocking the Kenoby jersey at Jets camp this morning. We have the best listeners in sports. So many of the Asmaniacs are there today rocking their Jake Asman Show merch. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Purple Belt Mike is rocking the tank top. We have so many different listeners who have sent in pictures over the last couple days after they received their merch, but it's so cool to see it. So I want to thank everyone who purchased merch in our store, jakeasman.com, to get your merch today. Big shout out to Chris, Betpage Chris. He's rocking a shirt. Bunch of you out there. Can't thank you all enough. So appreciate all the support. We'll keep you up to date on what's going down in real time at Jets practice throughout the course of our stream this morning. And Will Parkinson, who's there today, is going to join us at 3 p.m. Eastern this afternoon for a live reaction, live breakdown on what he saw this morning at Jets camp. But we begin with Alan Lazard, the disgraced wide receiver, right? That's how we felt about Lazard last year. He spoke for the first time since last season ended. And this was Alan Lazard, to his credit, taking some accountability on what went wrong last year.
Yeah, it was tough. It was definitely tough. You know, arguably, I think it was probably my hardest year that I had to, for my career and everything. Just with the adversity, you know, moving cities, new team, new environment. Obviously, losing Aaron was pretty detrimental for the team and everything, and playing alongside him the past 4 seasons and stuff, and then trying to figure out how I can still remain successful and bringing the team, you know, being my best self out there for the team and everything. There's a lot of challenges and stuff, but, you know, ultimately I think I learned a lot about myself and just things I can improve on and how to handle my business better.
Good. Right? I think if you're a Jet fan, no matter how you feel about Alan Lazard, you should be rooting for him. Because at the end of the day, him playing well or just playing like the guy he was in Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers is good for the Jets. Do I think Alan Lazard's ever going to live up to the contract he signed? No. I don't think he's going to be given the opportunity to do so, considering the fact this team added Mike Williams, considering the fact this team drafted Malachi Corley. Garrett Wilson's going to be by far and away the most targeted player on this team. Breece Hall is so dynamic, he might be second on the team in reception. So I don't think Lazard's ever going to be, you know, an 800, 900 wide receiver again, which he was in Green Bay, but I do think there's value in him being a competent wide receiver 3 or 4, which is what on this team he's expected to be. Plus, you never know if there's an injury. So if the guy's motivated, the guy's looking to reestablish himself after last year with Aaron back, that is a good thing, not a bad thing for the Jets. And, outside of a bad drop, which led to Rodgers' first pick of the summer yesterday, Lazard's been better based on all the reporting coming out of the camps so far, and even what I saw in person on Saturday last week. So if you're a Jet fan, you should be rooting for Allen Lazard, no matter how you felt about him last year, because him playing well is a good thing, not a bad thing, even if he never truly lives up to, the big contract they gave him a year ago. That's how you got to look at it. Now, more from Lazard here. We know about his relationship with Aaron Rodgers. So yesterday, Jets offense struggled, did not play well. We'll see if they could bounce back today. But I thought this was good insight into the mind of Aaron Rodgers. Here's Allen Lazard talking about Aaron Rodgers and the expectations he has for the rest of the team.
Yeah, I wouldn't say demonstrative is a good word for him. I think it's just you're talking about one of the best, if not the best, quarterback of all time. And his standard and level of play is something that a lot of guys haven't even seen yet. And even this organization, they haven't really been with him on a game day, because being with him on the sideline on a Sunday is different than being with him on camp or being with him in preseason or being with him throughout the week. When the cameras are on and the bullets are flying, everyone's, is just a little bit more turned up a little bit. So he obviously expects the same standard that he holds himself to out of everyone else. And today just didn't resemble that at all. I think as an offense, we were just a little bit sloppy at first. Obviously I started off with the second play of the team period with a tip pass that led to an interception, and then things kind of just rolled downhill. Then Gary ended up catching a pass for a big completion, I think a period or two later, and that's kind of when we got back into the groove of things. So all in all, there's no bad reps, there's no bad periods. I think it's a great teaching moment for us of just learning how to handle adversity, because there's going to be times this year where, we may come out and we're down 7 or we're down 14 and it's going to the second quarter, or maybe we're down 14 going to the fourth, and we still have to have that belief in ourselves and as individuals and as a whole that we're still going to come out of that game with a win. So, today is just another day in the books.
That's how you got to look at it. But look, Aaron holding everyone accountable is a good thing, not a bad thing. They couldn't do that last year once he got hurt. Couldn't. How could a quarterback on the Jets hold anyone accountable when, objectively speaking, no matter who they put out there, you're the worst quarterback in the league, the worst starting quarterback in the league? It's hard. So Aaron's presence being out there is huge. You heard the quote from Conklin yesterday calling him football Oppenheimer. And by the way, happy 29th birthday to T. Conk. Jet fans at practice before it started this morning all sung happy birthday to Tyler Conklin, which is pretty funny. But just the fact that you have a Hall of Fame quarterback who could hold guys accountable, get guys on the same page, that means everything. And look, if Lazard could be a third or fourth receiver on this team because he has the built-in relationship with Aaron trusts him, that's all you're asking for at this point from Lazard specifically. That's it. If Allen Lazard could go out there and be effective in the red zone, catch passes that hit him in the damn hands, I think you sign for that right now. Now, if Mike Williams is not ready, if Garrett Wilson, God forbid, suffers an injury, knocking on all the wood I could find, and Allen Lazard's going to be counted on to do more than be the third or fourth receiver, I think you've got problems. I do. I think you're going to need to add a wide receiver. You're going to need to get Devontae Adams if he's available. You're going to need to do something if you can't get him. But as we sit here right now, on July 30th, if Allen Lazard is your third or fourth wide receiver, you could probably do a lot worse than that. And by the way, speaking of Lazard, it's funny when people bring up Rodgers' last full season in Green Bay. He wasn't even that good. 26 touchdowns, 12 interceptions with a broken thumb and a rib injury. I'd say you add that context, It makes a lot of sense. But then you remember who was his number one receiver that year? Lazard. That guy is now the third or fourth receiver on the Jets. That's the difference. Tom Brady wasn't great his last year in New England either. You want to know why? The talent wasn't great. You know what he did? He recognized that and left, and then went to Tampa, a team that won 7 games with an elite defense, elite playmakers, and was a quarterback away. Sound familiar? So let's not forget that as well when it comes to Aaron Rodgers. Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. Jets are on the field right now for their second padded practice. We will keep you up to date on everything as it unfolds in real time, and we will be joined by Will Parkinson in the 3 p.m. hour this afternoon, 3 p.m. Eastern hour, to break down training camp from his perspective, give us an eyewitness account on the biggest things that stood out. Gusbuster Hotline is open. It's pinned into the live section if you want in on the conversation. I shouted this guy out at the beginning of the show. I want to do it again. Shout out to Purple Belt Mike for rocking his Jake Asman show tank, the Charles Gorman, as it's known as, at training camp right now. We gave a huge shout out earlier in the show to the great Jay Quest, who's rocking the Kenoby jersey at practice. For those tuning in late, Kenoby fever has spread to Florham Park. And I also would like to shout out listener Beth Page Chris for rocking the Jake Asman Show t-shirt at training camp with our guy Nate, parentheses, Nate. So thank you to everyone rocking the merch. Snowball still in Italy. He sent the photo of him rocking the merch at camp. Just tremendous. If you want your merch, first off, if you're a Patreon subscriber, everything's 15% off when you join the Patreon. Second off, it's very easy. It's jakeasman.com/shop. I'm doing another giveaway. We picked 3 winners to get hats last week. We're doing shirts this week. All you need to do to be eligible is 1, like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And 2, follow me on Twitter at Jake Asman and Instagram at Jake Asman for your chance to win. jakeasman.com/shop to get yourself some merch today. All right. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. First up on the Gusbuster Hotline this morning is, ladies and gentlemen, our King Lowski. What's up, King?
Jake, my brother, Jake, my brother. Many can imitate, but you can't duplicate, baby. The Asmaniac bucket is in the building, baby. Yes, sir. This thing is high quality. This thing right here is very special and will be worn all season this season. Because it's our Super Bowl season, and I'm a damn Asmaniac. You can believe that, baby. Yes, sir. The Asmaniac bucket is in the building. Go get your merch, baby. I know it's early in the morning. Go get your damn coffee. Our players is on the damn field. Okay, they getting the reps in. Get your butt up, wake up, and go to the merch shop and go get yourself some Asmaniac merch, baby. Yes, sir. Now, I just want to say this, baby. It's a beautiful day to be a damn Jet fan, okay? Our boys are getting it all together, all right? I like the squabbles. I like how these boys is fighting in practice. I like the arguments. Make sure we still sharpen steel, okay? At the end of the day, baby, ain't nobody going to be better than us when it comes to the season because we already going to have the best players on the field when it comes to our practice, baby, okay? So I'm not worried about it, all right? Let them boys go out there and hit. Let them fight, all right? Let them get dirty. Because when it comes down to it, when we see somebody else, when them joint practices come, it's going to get real grimy, and we're going to be out there squabbling, baby. You can best believe that.
Let's go.
Jet.
Ladies and gentlemen, King Lowski checking in, bringing the energy, bringing the passion, rocking the bucket hat. Tremendous. You don't need coffee anymore after that. Let's go. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. We are seeking more channel memberships. Need about 45 of them so we could add our newest emoji, the crooked lamp Bobby Midnight emoji. Nothing like it, folks. Nothing. Today's Jake Asman Show is presented by Underdog Fantasy. Football season is back, baby. It is right around the corner. Sign up for Underdog Fantasy today with my promo code Asman and take advantage of their current special. They'll give you a 50% deposit match up to $250. Start drafting your teams. You could do daily fantasy. You could do Underdog Fantasy Pick'em. Last night, I won some money. Little Aaron Judge walk. Little Aaron Judge, Juan Soto combination. You put that with the Luis Heel strikeout higher mark, and that's some cash money on Underdog Fantasy. Check it out. Use promo code Asman when you sign up. It is so much fun if you've never played before. It is something different than your traditional, fantasy or your traditional, pick parlays. Underdog Fantasy's got something for everyone. Check it out. Sign up for as little as $10. Promo code Asman, and they'll give you that deposit match up to $250. Shout out to Underdog for being a part of our program. More of your calls right now, ladies and gentlemen. A member of the esteemed 4% female demographic is on the Gustbuster Umbrella Hotline. Jay Graves is up next. Hello, Jay Graves.
How are you going to make me follow King? That's just not right. I like where Lazard's head is at. Oh, well, first of all, hold on.
Oh, there it is.
Yep, I got it. Well, I'm horrible at checking my mail. So I checked it yesterday. There's like 5 days worth of shit in there. And I'm like, what the hell did I order? Why do I have a package? I open it. I'm like, oh, my Jake Asman stuff. Yeah.
I love it.
Forgot about it.
Thank you, Jay Graves. It looks great.
But it's a great material. Like I forget that one caller was saying. It's nice and light. It's not moisture wicking, but it's not heavy either. It's nice and light in this disgusting Jersey humid weather. Perfect.
You and Purple Belt Mike match.
Yeah. I'll say I'm barely 5 feet tall, 120-pound woman, and I got a medium. It's a little big on me, but I like them a little bit oversized. It fits nicely. So
awesome.
Take that for what it's worth. The other 4%ers, mediums, is nice. So yeah, I like where Lazard's at. I like where his head's at. He's taking accountability. It sounds good. Oh, and I was watching the DJ. Sorry, I keep forgetting. I want to bring this up to you. The DJ Reed documentary. You're in there, or your voiceover's in there. I wasn't watching it. I was listening to it, and you hear you saying the Jets have signed DJ Reed. Yeah. So that's awesome.
I appreciate it. Yeah, it's cool that they picked up my voice for that.
Oh shit, that's
Jake. Good job by you noticing. That's impressive.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I've been a lurker for years, so I've been on the bandwagon since we drafted Zach. I think that's the first year I found you, so I've been on here for a while. Just been a lurker.
That's great. Well, I appreciate it, Jay Graves. That means a lot. Thank you for your support.
No problem, man. Have a good one.
You too. Jay Graves, check it in. Rocking the Gorman tank. The Charles Eugene Gorman tank top, folks. Nothing like it. Nothing like it. Folks, yesterday, if you missed the afternoon stream, back by popular demand, so many people wanted Bobby Midnight 2024 t-shirts. We put the shirt back on sale for 24 hours. These were exclusive when the store launched, but back by popular demand, we're doing another 24-hour flash sale. It will be up on the website, the merch store website, jakeasman.com, until 6:15 Eastern tonight. So purchase your Bobby Midnight 2024 shirts if you, in fact, want one. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. We will keep going here on the show with your calls. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now is someone I spoke to off air today in the pre-show. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bonesy.
The only thing better than Alden shoes is Joey D, cause he totally rules. Jake, my brother, I'm high as a kite. I love everybody. Damn, this show is crazy. Jake, my brother. What's up, buddy?
Mr. Bonesy.
In the flesh, man. Unfortunately, I'm at work, so I'm not rocking any Jake Asman attire at the moment. But when I go to camp on Saturday, I'll wear the Jake Asman, my Jake Asman shirt, and then I'll rock some other Jet stuff. But
I love it. I'll see you there on Saturday.
Yes, sir. I can't wait, man. So about my man Lazard, You know, another thing I love about when we listen to all these interviews is everyone's so professional. Man, Lazard had a good interview. He said about how he's a sore loser. He owned up to last year. He gave us some intel on Rodgers and how, we haven't really. He's right. We haven't experienced this team, this organization. We haven't experienced Rodgers' greatness yet. So we haven't experienced him on Sundays. I like how he talked about with like Rodgers' cadence and how it's like more of like a feel thing. Like if you're not on your game, he's going to get on your ass. And I loved how when they asked him like what he brings to the team, he's like, I'm going to be a big third down possession guy. I'm going to be a big red zone guy. I'm going to be a great blocker. And that's all we can ask for our third or fourth receiver and Rodgers' homeboy. I've been saying he's the only guy who's been through it and seen live bullets with Rodgers. So obviously I knew he'd have a role. And last year he owned up to it. He was a sore loser. He wasn't used to how he had Zach Wilson and worst quarterback play ever throwing him the ball. So
it's true. I mean, look, Garrett Wilson had a tough time getting the ball at times last year. So, I don't want to defend Lazard because you question the effort last year. Like that was the issue more than anything.
Bad.
But he now has his guy that he trusts, that he knows how to play with. Like he's automatically better just the fact that Rodgers is back. Like it goes without saying.
You mentioned that too, how, obviously Lazard isn't a player that's going to make the quarterback better. It's the other way around. Rodgers makes Lazard better, but it's also his boy. And I'm not here like, chanting, oh, Lazard's the best. But it's just like he's going to contribute. If last year Rodgers didn't get hurt, none of this Lazard hate would have been happening because he does have hands. He makes good, 50-50 balls, but he does have some drops, as he always has, even back to his Green Bay days. But, I just love listening to these guys, even Conklin and Kinlaw. Listen, everyone's always so professional. I love what Conklin said, too. Conklin was like, he just called Rodgers, like, basically like, Rodgers is too much. Like, you got to be ready for this guy. Like, when he was going back and watching Jermichael Finley's film and Bobby Tonyan with his 11th touchdown year and trying to get better and something. I think Conklin, just like last year in training camp, Conklin was a secret explode guy. He was always going to Conklin. So I think Conklin's out for a big year too. But I don't know, man. I'm just so excited for this Rodgers stuff. I love the man and I love the team and I love you. Let's go, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bonesy, check it in. What a man. Terrence says, Jake Asman merch everywhere. It is, baby. It's spreading like wildfire. Wear your merch to training camp, and we'll show it proudly on the show. Whether you're Bethpage Chris, whether you're PBM, or even if you're J-Quest going with the Kenoby jersey. You kidding me? Oh, my goodness. Best listeners, man. Tom Ace writes in, the Gorman tank top, the perfect outfit for any occasion. It's formal attire. I'd argue that as well. Brandon says, we need Bobby Midnight, calm your freaky down boxers. All right. Let me add that to my my list here of merch ideas. Joe writes in, so it appears Hassan Reddick had issues staying within the scheme with the Eagles. Is anybody concerned about that with the Jets? No, because I don't believe that to be true. Right? That never came from a reputable outlet. That was just like bitter Eagles fans that he left. So be careful where you get your info from. AD says that Kinlaw interview got me hyped. Yeah, Kinlaw was great yesterday. How could you not root for the guy after you hear him? AD says, that's the fatty I've been looking for to help out Quinnen. I mean, if you've seen Javon Kinlaw, calling him fat is outrageously dumb. The guy is a physical specimen. All right. Calling Javon Kinlaw fat is like calling Margot Robbie ugly. All right. To put it in perspective. All right. Javon Kinlaw is not fat. He is an athletic freak. Rodgers called him a creature last week. I mean, this guy added 35 pounds of lean muscle mass this offseason. He ain't fat. He eats 9 eggs, a whole avocado, and spinach for breakfast, 6 chicken breasts and a side salad for lunch. And for dinner, he has 1 pound of ground beef with a little pasta mixed in. That dude ain't fat. All right? That's like saying the sun is cold if we're calling Kinlaw fat. Now, to your second point, he's the guy that's going to be great next to Quinnen. I mean, everyone the last 3 years who's played next to Quinnen has left and gotten paid. Quinnen makes everyone better because he commands so much attention. Sheldon Rankins, Quentin Jefferson. I bet you Kinlaw has a big year. Nate says, who wore the Kenoby jersey? That was legendary. Mr. J Quest wore it, baby. And it's fitting that J Quest wore the Kenoby jersey. Because J Quest is a part of some of the funniest prank calls that we have ever seen in the history of sports talk radio. There were 2 listeners of mine who called WFAN asking 2 separate hosts if the Jets should take Kenoby, and each host was like, they were stumped. They're like, I haven't done enough draft prep. I'm unaware. And they're reciting lines from the show.
John and Seaford, what's up, bud?
A lot of these Jet fans out there want Brock Bowers.
Yes, that is the sexy name surrounding the Jets.
I think the 3 options you go, O-line, receiver, or if Kenoby out of college is there, you got to take Kenoby. 5'7", 198, plays both sides of the ball. Not sure if you know him. Mel Kiper had him top 15 pick. What are your thoughts on Kenoby?
I don't know him that well. I'll be totally honest with you. Bro, I got to do more draft prep. I don't know, you said he plays both sides of the ball. Makes me think, who plays both sides of the ball in the NFL?
Incredible. Tom A says, Kinlaw on the ball. Terrence Hill. Kinlaw eats squirrels. Jay Graves. Kinlaw's arms are huge. Jesus Jerry. I've been called a creature too. Oh, man. Terrence says, watching the Jets and Jake Asman show, best of both worlds. Love it. Rich says, hit the like button. He's right. There's only 89 likes. The math is not mathing, folks. There's 170 of you watching live right now. Nate says, Kinlaw was described as violent by defensive coordinator Jeff, and that fires me up. Ulbrich said that Kinlaw has a chance to be one of the better defensive tackles in the league, and when he says that, I think that's notable. All right. Let's keep that in mind. Let's see. Nate writes in, Margot Robbie isn't ugly, but she isn't attractive to me. Maybe I'm just freaked out by the Harley Quinn crazy stuff. This right here, folks, is a comment so bad, if I didn't like Nate personally, and if he wasn't a big Yankee fan, I'd send him to the hole right away. Instead, we're sending him to Stupid Town.
He stinks!
Yep.
1, 2, 3! You're fired. Suck it, truthers.
Disgrace. Ladies and gentlemen, we go live to practice right now, where Purple Belt Mike joins us. Hello, Mike.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
How's it looking? And we got Mrs. PBM.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't hear shit, so it's all good. Let's go, Jets, baby. Lazard and what's it called? Rodgers hooked up for a touchdown. Oh wait, they're gonna go back out here live.
Here we go, folks.
Give me a thumbs up if you can see it.
What great seats PBM has today. Look at this. There we go, baby. Little team play.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Looks like a nice day at Flora Park.
Rodgers.
Oh, taking a shot.
Incomplete.
7-on-7s.
All right, I'm hopping off. Let's
Mike.
go, Jets, baby.
Let's go, baby. PBM, Purple Belt Mike checking in. More practice updates. Ladies and gentlemen, live from Florham Park, it's Nate, parentheses Nate. Hello, Nate.
Can you hear me, Jake?
Oh, we hear you, Nate.
Oh, beautiful. I got headphones. I was just calling in. I thought I'd provide some practice content. There's not. I didn't hear any of your show. I missed the topic. I hate to be that guy to say, what's going on? What are you talking about? But that's essentially what I'm saying.
I love it. Give us some 7-on-7s here. We'll take it.
We got Tyrod in the 2s. Lazard made a drop first play. Oh, Malik Taylor again. Yeah, Malik Taylor again down the sideline from Tyrod. Lazard made a nice jump ball after his drop on the first play. It's beautiful weather. We got a Let's Talk Jets here, right here.
Hey, tell Kevin we appreciate his updates.
Jake Asman said he appreciates your updates. The whole community says thank you. He actually just got poured on. We're in the back row here, and there was water in this roof here, and all of a sudden, he just got soaked, like completely soaked. We thought someone, like a Giants fan, like dumped water on him, but yeah, I know, they're trying to chase him out of here. They don't like him here.
What a disgrace.
I got look who's in front of me.
Is that Kenoby?
Kenoby himself.
Yeah.
Number one ESPN and WFAN caller right there. We provided some quality content. All right, here come the big boys. We're going 11-on-11. The fatties are arriving. The offensive line is here. The 7s are turning into 11s. Tyron Smith is in pads. No rest day. Morgan Moses is in pads. No rest day for him. Looks like the full offensive line should be out there outside of ABT.
Is Morgan Moses going to be in the team?
ABT is on the field.
I don't think Moses is practicing today.
He's got a helmet on, though, and pads on. He was wearing baseball caps the last 2 days, but yeah, you could be right.
I think he's just doing individual drills, and they're kind of ramping him up to eventually do teams.
You're probably right because he's not out there with the starters. You got Aaron Rodgers is out there.
And neither is Tyron Smith. Olu's getting the rest of the ones today. It's a veteran rest day for Tyron.
Well, that's why you're Jake Asman. Thanks for the info.
That is why I'm Jake Asman. And you are Nate parentheses Nate. Look at this guy. Nate parentheses Nate. All right, here we go, baby. We'll watch a play.
All right, here we go.
Hit the like button, folks. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, too. It's ridiculous how I give away this stuff for free. This is premium content right here.
Kinlaw, Sauce, the usual DJ Reed opposite. I don't see Carter. It might be 3 linebackers. Tony Adams and Clarkin starting safeties. Clearly no play clock. It's Rodgers going over something. Michael Clemens is in on the edge. Opposite Jermaine. Here we go.
Here we go. We're on Tipman snap watch this morning.
Lazard.
Here we go.
And we're fucking hitting. Okay. Okay. They're fucking hitting. Oh, I apologize.
Give me a Breeze chant. Let's go. Get the crowd going. Breeze! Yeah. Let's go, baby. Nate, do us a favor. Can you flip your phone sideways?
Oh, yeah. I got you. Yep.
We'll get a better view. There we go.
Reese in the backfield. Garrett and Allen to his right. Corley to his left. Conklin on the right tight end. Reese again.
There we go. Reese.
Jake, are you good with the music? You want me to mute myself? I don't want you to get copyrighted.
No, you're good. Hit the like button if you're tuning in. We watch a little.
Calling it in.
There's Nate.
Dude, Kinlaw is a big guy. Kinlaw makes Quinnen look like a normal size. He's the only guy that could stand next to Quinnen.
Someone called him fat earlier on my show, Nate. It was outrageous.
Someone called what?
Someone called him fat on my show before.
He's fat if you think like a monster truck is fat. That's what he looks like. I'm negotiating with this bar here.
Nate says, Brees pushing the pile does something for me. Oh, Brees is great.
On that first run, Brees looked like he hit 3 defenders. Like they didn't hit him.
There we go. Good snap.
Big
Rodgers.
hit.
Rodgers taking a shot.
Overly sideline. No!
Oh, you move over.
Baby.
Who caught it? We can't see. Your hand's shaking. You didn't get to it. You're a bad cameraman.
My apologies. I'm zoomed in too here. I got excited.
Who caught it?
Poorly on the sideline.
All
He
right.
had to kind of wait a second, then just leaped up, caught it 2 feet on the sideline.
All right.
My apologies.
Lasso writes in, I feel like I'm at therapy practice. We're making it happen, folks. Jet fans are the greatest.
It's interesting seeing Clemens, with the starting group and not Will McDonald at all.
AD says, I was being fictitious, Jake. It's my loving name for interior alignment. I know what you were doing, AD. It's just funny because Kid Law is a monster. All right, here we go.
Ruckert in motion with Conklin. We got 12 personnel. On the top. Handoff, Brees.
They called it dead in the backfield there. Blaze T says Corley's the future. We hope. We hope.
Garrett's coming back in. Rodgers still in. LeBeau is coming in. Other 2 tight ends are out. Got Holmes in off the edge. They rotated the D-line. You got Lakey, Fotu, Solomon Thomas, Holmes. Looks like they're running a 2s on defense. All the 2s came in on defense. With Rodgers
2s on defense, according to Nate. 2s
Nate. On defense, 1s on offense. Braylon Allen in the backfield. Lazard, Garrett, Corley.
Garrett. He gone. Love it.
From the rest of the 2s and Tyrod.
Love it. Nate, we'll check back in with you, man. Great job.
We'll be here. Cheers, Vic.
I love it. I love it. A little sample from practice from one of our listeners there. Competent quarterback play, folks. That's what we saw. Completions. Hit the like button. We are seeking channel memberships. For Zit writes in, Jets home opener this year will surpass the Bills game last season in atmosphere. I agree. If they're 2-0 going into that game. It's going to be crazy no matter what, but I hold last year's home opener in the utmost regard. It was the loudest sporting event I've ever seen. I've ever experienced in person. It was insane. Boba Bomb says, Lazard seems cool. I'm willing to give him a pass. Last year was terrible. We had no QBs at all. Last year was terrible. But he doesn't get a complete pass, but I'm still going to be rooting for him, right? Like, that's what you're hoping for. If you're a Jet fan, he can be competent. That's all you're asking for. I don't think he's ever going to live up to the contract he got. RJ with a super chat. Please stop the film. Belichick is somewhere frothing at the mouth right now in excitement. Well, here's the thing. Belichick don't have a job. He don't. Big fella says Lazard did it to himself. His attitude was bleep. Yeah, it was. And he took some accountability yesterday, which was good. Ladies and gentlemen, more of your calls right now. The guy who called Javon Kinlaw fat is on the line. AD83. What's up, AD?
What up, man? How you doing?
What's going on?
Not much. Just enjoying this beautiful day out in Cali. I actually wanted to show off my merch.
Wow. Look at that.
So,
Looks great, AD. Thank you.
It is very nice. As everyone's been saying, the quality on this thing, it feels like I'm wearing a little hug right now. I like it a lot. But just want to say, Kinlaw, he's not fat. I know. He's swole. He's a big swole dude. I like that. I like that a lot. That was one of the main things that was giving me a little bit of pause about this season is the interior line. But just seeing that dude and just hearing how worked up he is and how much he wants the ball out. You can just tell he's gonna wreck stuff this season. I just can't wait for that first game because San Francisco is gonna get it, man. I can't wait.
He's in a great system. He's playing on an elite defensive line where he'll never be double teamed. He'll have plenty of opportunities to make plays. They're playing with more leads. He's set up to have a really nice season, 100%.
Yep, for sure. That was pretty much it. I just want to call in, show off my new gear. And by the way, I'm 5'10 and a half, 190, just in case anyone wants to check their fit. This is a large.
Nice.
All right. Take care, Jake.
Beautiful. Appreciate you, AD. Great job. I have the Rodgers to Lazard touchdown that was sent to me by Purple Belt Mike that we couldn't quite see with Nate. There it is. Good stuff. Purple Belt Mike sent me a video. He's like, Salah calling plays. That's not what was happening there. He was just listening on the play call. What do we got here? We got to run up the middle. All right. Hit the like button, baby. Nate is back from Stupid Town. Only thing I noticed is Allen and Bang Mateo wipe their boogers on the wall. Kind of gross. Never want to go there again. I mean, your Margot Robbie take was blasphemous. Outrageous, even. Let's do this right now. We'll get back to your calls in a moment. I want to set up my screen where I could pull up Let's Talk Jets because they're doing yeoman's work putting out video of today's practice. So let me get that set up. But while we do that, let's bring on this guy.
It's time for V-Man to talk about Puerto Rico and his Puerto Rican roots.
Hi, Jake.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, V-Man. How are you?
I'm all right. You know, I just had to take a couple days off from the call, and because Sunday marked 1 year since my grandmother's passing. I was a little down on it. Take a moment to remember the good times.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was just thinking about her, as I'm walking by in the middle of nowhere, there's a now hiring sign. You could live 50 miles from your house. You could be 50 miles from where you live. She would see a now hiring sign and she'd tell you to go in and take a look.
Very nice. Well, may her memory be a blessing.
Honestly, I'm glad Lazard's taking accountability. He had a rough year, and I think it got into his head, without having Rodgers, and he just slacked off. But he's taking accountability for it. He should be better with Rodgers this year. I'm just excited for football, getting back to football, because honestly, the rest of the sports stuff hasn't really gotten me going. Yankees started off hot. They're kind of right now. It was I haven't been feeling really confident about anything in sports except football.
I mean, the Yankees have been great the last 3 days. All of a sudden, they look like the team for the first 2 months.
Yeah, well, let's see how they go. We'll see how they go with that. Honestly, man, I'm just, looking at some of that film. Although it was a little hard to see that Lazard touchdown because the camera doesn't really work so well, but it looks like they're really getting it in training camp.
Yeah, I mean, they're underway, V-Man. I mean, this is what we waited for, baby.
That's the end of this V-Man call. Time for him to get back to pooping.
All right, we continue with your calls, but first we pause because I got to tell you guys about Circa.
We don't need gimmicks like giant checks and mascots to promote this year's football contest because we're giving away even more money than we did last year.
$16 million in guaranteed prizes to be exact. There's 2 ways to win and no rake.
Players in Circa Millions make 5 picks against the spread each week with quarterly and full season payouts.
Circa Survivor entries select 1 team each week with no point spread. Last the longest to win it all. Visit circasports.com for details.
$16 million in guaranteed prizes, circasports.com. The Asmaniacs will have an entry in the Circa Survivor. If you want your own entry, you want to join the Circa Millions contest for the pro football picks every week, circasports.com. Check it out. All right, here's what we're going to do right now. It was tough with Nate to kind of follow everything in real time. So it's going to be a lot easier if we just go off the Let's Talk Jets Twitter account and then just kind of go play by play to what they have cooking here. So we'll do that as we react to practice. Here we go. Shout out to Kevin of Let's Talk Jets, who's there today. This right here was Sauce making the tackle on Brees. Watch it again. Boom. Let's keep going. Malachi Corley with a great catch here. And both feet in. This might have been the play that Nate was trying to show us, but we couldn't see with the camera angle. A lot of play action. Braylon Allen in the backfield there. Boom. Keep going here. Holmes blowing this one up. Tyrod in at quarterback. Nowhere to go. Tariq Cohen. O-line getting some pushing in front of Izzy. Carter Warren, good block. Rodgers bullet over the middle to Lazard. That's all Lazard has to do, just catch. Run the route, get open, catch. Also, watch Olu, 74 at left tackle here. Good blocking. Jermaine won that rep, though. That might have been a sack in a real game. It was close. Rodgers got it out quick. Jermaine beat 61 Mitchell. Uh-oh. Poor Tippmann snap. Here we go. Let's see how bad. Yep. Play's dead. That's a sack in a game. Wait, Tippmann's got to get this together, man. Still not going to panic, but we got to get this figured out. Let's make sure we didn't miss anything else from Let's Talk Jets we want to show. This was the Jet fan singing happy birthday to Conklin. And then at the end, you see Ruckert here And then watch Conklin salute the crowd. All right. We will continue with the updates from practice. Dan says, crazy the Hall of Fame game is in 2 days. 2 days. We know that game well. Jay Graves says, can you hook me up with tickets for the 7th before the New Jersey meetup? I tried to get them, but they sold out fast. I'll pay. I want to go that bad. Jay Graves, you're not paying a dime for free Jets training camp tickets. Are you nuts? Are you out of your mind? I will not stand for this. Not only are you not paying for training camp tickets on Wednesday, August 7th, but you're going. Send me an email immediately to send them to, because I got tickets for you, okay? Shout out to the best listeners in sports who send me training camp tickets to distribute to my great listeners. So, Jay Graves, you're going. Just send me an email on the Discord, and I'll do it right after the show. Are you nuts? This is my reaction to Jay Graves saying that she'll pay for training camp tickets.
I'm going to lose my gosh darn bananas.
We will not stand for this. All right, Nate, we're going back to you for a moment here. Is that Rodgers or Tyrod? Let's see. Or Peasley. Might be third team. Looks like third team. Let's keep it going here. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Seeking channel memberships. Lazard's having a good day, by the way. So good. We opened the show talking about Lazard's comments from yesterday, and he's having a good day today. We will see. First Day Jets writes in, day 2 of the focused work on Tippmann's high snap. Let's not go crazy. Well, I mean, it's one of those things where I don't remember it being a problem last year. So I'm confident that he'll fix it. Now, that said, even before these last 2 days, I've been a big proponent of just bring back Connor McGovern on the same deal he was on last year for depth purposes. Why wouldn't you? M. Villette says, Lazard getting big slot work. Careers are made as big slot receivers where he belongs. Look, Lazard just catch the ball. Just catch the ball. Let's see. Comments, questions, super chats will continue to cut the line. Let's take more of your calls right now, ladies and gentlemen. For 24 hours starting last night, this guy's shirt was available in our merch store. It will be up there till 6:15 Eastern tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's Bobby Midnight.
Well, you know I need to walk more to survive unless Jake is going live. Gotta elevate my leg on Bobby.
I like that picture.
Nice hat.
That's thank you very much. You got it for me.
Yeah.
And so is my shirt.
There it is. Show off the shirt for the people.
Shirt right there.
Love it.
Yep, I like that. Aaron Lazard is going to be better, I think, because he doesn't have 3 knuckleheads throwing it to him, first of all. He's used to Aaron Rodgers, right?
He's only had Aaron Rodgers thrown to him until last year.
Yeah, so that's good. We got good. I have a good feeling about Aaron Lazard.
Mm-hmm. Are you elevating your leg right now, Bobby?
Yeah, that's why I'm in the chair.
Good.
I'm on this way. I got my orange chair. Wait, let me point that way.
Who would have thought the orange chair would come in handy?
I know, Mr. Bonesy said that too.
Tom Ace writes in, Bobby is 20% hotter with the new Asman show hat.
Oh, thank you, Tom. He comes up with the funniest things, doesn't he?
He's outrageous.
I slept good last night. Went to bed early too.
Did you?
These antibiotics knocked me out for a loop. Tell you, they just knocked me out.
You got to get healthy, Bobby.
Yeah, but I tell you, I didn't even go on yesterday at all. No show yesterday at all.
Oh no.
No shows at all yesterday. Are you proud of me? What? I got my rest.
I mean, I'm happy you got rest, but I just want you to get better.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna get better. I'll see my wound clinic next Monday.
Just take your medicine every day. That's what got you in this predicament in the first place.
Yeah, I know, but the wounds are gonna heal up because the antibiotics are doing very good.
That's right.
Yep. How did Alan do this? How he ran today?
Well, he's still practicing right now.
Okay, he's still practicing. We'll find out from Will.
Do you like any other player on the Jets besides Braylon Allen?
Yeah, I like Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
I like Breece Hall. I like Corley. I like all of them.
You like everyone?
Yeah.
All right, that's good.
Yeah. Be positive, right?
Yeah.
But Allen's going to be a good guy, too.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Mm-hmm.
A+. Good guy.
A++. Plus,
yeah. A++. All right. Thank you for having me on.
Well, Bobby, thank you for calling it.
Okay, you're welcome.
All right.
Well, I need to find Matt O'Leary. He's supposed to come on my show. I want his butt on a stick. Bobby.
What a call. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the summer of Alan Lazard. Here's another view, courtesy of Bethpage Chris, of the Lazard catch over the middle. Rodgers changing plays at the line, people. Get used to it. Here we go. Boom, ball's out. Quarterback play, man. It's all happening. So Garrett in motion. So this is a Garrett versus Sauce rep here. They're in zone, though. It's not really man. You can tell they're in zone because Sauce plays his zone here. Watch. Lazard's had a nice camp. He has so far. Just catch the ball when it's thrown to you. That's all we're asking for. Catch the ball when it's thrown to you. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now is someone who is rocking their Gorman tank and enjoying their Jake Asman Show koozie. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a guy who put out a track with Will M. We debuted yesterday. It's our friend Jets Johnny. Hello, Johnny.
What's up, my brother? How you doing?
Cheers to you, man.
Cheers to you, brother. When I got this, I envisioned doing like a Stone Cold Steve Austin type deal. Like have the beard, like pour it all over me and shit. But my girlfriend told me I'd be kicked out the house if I did that. So
it's understandable.
Instead, I'm here on the couch, bro. But nah, I enjoy it, bro. The koozies are good, but the tank top is. I'm gonna show you something, man. Hold on, let me show you my drawer real quick, cause I wear a lot of tank tops. I don't know if I'm like a enthusiast like Charles Gorman or nothing, but I got basically a whole drawer full in here. I don't know if you can see them. Whatever.
That Florida lifestyle, man. I get it.
And the sleeves, like for the pits on this, are top notch, bro. Because they usually like bunch up and it like kind of scrunches in there, and you gotta pick at it and whatnot. This one, nice and breathable. The material, like everybody said, is great. The print is amazing. So I'm very satisfied customer, and I really enjoy my koozie too, man. I appreciate you sending that out to me. And I got the small one too. This joint's cool for the little The little cans.
I didn't know what to send you, so I'm like, let's send them both.
Yeah. No, that was dope. So I'll be rocking those at the beach probably this weekend. So, but I appreciate you, Jake, man. Just wanted to show off the merch and say I appreciate it. I got my sweater too. The sweater is dope.
Nice.
Sweater's real nice.
Did you get the Asmaniac or the Jake Asman show?
Let me show you. I put it under my Rodgers jersey yesterday to see how it looked. So give me 2 seconds. We got the Rodgers jersey.
Let's go.
But hold on, I'm probably giving everybody a fucking secret right now.
JakeAsman.com, folks. JakeAsman.com.
Hold on. All right, check it out. Yeah, we got the Asmaniac one.
Love it. Look at that.
Yeah, so that came out dope. Real soft. Love the material. Everything came out real great, man. So I appreciate it. We'll be rocking these soon.
Johnny, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
Have a good one. Yep.
That's Johnny checking in, representing. He's a walking merch advertisement, baby. Love to see it. Love to see it. Let's get to another practice play I want to show here. Tariq Cohen on a screen. Look how fast he looks here. I'm going to show it. I think Tariq Cohen, if he ends up staying healthy like he's been so far, I think he's making the team. Here's the Tariq Cohen screen with Peasley at quarterback. He just looks fast. Watch. Boom. There it is. Looks healthy to me. One more time. Looks healthy to me. That's really what it comes down to with Cohen. Jets doing kickoffs right now. Let us know who's returning. Who are they giving opportunities to? Brent Boyer said they got a bunch of guys they're looking at. We know Cohen will be one of them. Gibson, when healthy, is one of them. Malachi Corley, when I was there on Saturday, was returning kicks. That's what you want to see. Tom says the hoodie is amazing. Very soft. Thank you, Tom Ace. Boomtown says a few hours left to get the Bobby Midnight shirt too, right? Few hours left, indeed. 6:15 Eastern. M. Villette says, Lazard will be productive. Petty Aaron will make sure. Keep my wide receiver's name out your mouth. I hope Lazard is productive. I think it's the bare minimum you're asking for. This guy's been productive in his career. That's how he got the contract in the first place. Ladies and gentlemen, more of your calls right now. The man who helped me move is on the line. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Ryan King. What's up, Ryan?
Hey, bud, how you doing?
What's going on, man?
Not much, just in the work truck, getting moves done. Listening
I love
to
it.
The Jake Asman Show. So, 2 things. It's funny. Last night I was laying in bed. I was trying to go to sleep, and I literally thought about it. I was like, what happens if the Jets actually didn't negotiate with Hassan Reddick and just traded him? And I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I mean, that would be like a move out of left field that no one kind of saw coming. Just because they don't
I don't see it. I don't see it happening.
Okay. My next question was, are you worried about our wide receiver corps at all?
Am I worried about it? I think it's concerning if there's an injury to Garrett Wilson, right? I think they become very thin if you lose him.
Because I feel like, the past couple of years, it's like, and I've always been guilty of getting the hype, buying into everything, watching everything that I can, every second of any Jet content that I can. And I'm like, this is our year. and then I go into it, and it's like it's just a heartbreak. And it's like this year I'm just trying to be cautiously optimistic, but it seems like it's almost like every year the fans know, and they go, hey, this is the one thing that we're worried about, and the one thing that we're all worried about happens. And so I'm just like, okay, well, we're all kind of talking about the wide receiver corps. It's like, what happens if Garrett gets hurt? What happens if Mike Williams is not Mike Williams? I mean, we're just that one piece away.
Yeah, well, that's where I think having the tight ends play a bigger role is important. Reset of the backfield will be important, and you expect Rodgers to elevate guys you currently have. Mike Williams is the key to everything, right? Because if he starts practicing and looks like Mike Williams, and Rodgers revealed he's ahead of schedule, then you have on paper pretty good room, and that's before they maybe make an addition midseason for a guy like Devontae.
And that's kind of where I'm hoping that we go to, and I'm hoping everything works out great. But last year we were talking about the offensive line and Dwayne Brown being okay, and Mekhi Becton being able to, and if on paper the line looked good, and as long as it stayed healthy, and so I'm cautiously optimistic, just kind of crossing my fingers and hoping everything goes good.
That's all we got, right? That's all we can do.
Absolutely. Hey, by the way, thank you for the merch. I haven't gotten it yet, but I heard it's nothing but great quality.
It's on its way, Ryan. I appreciate your support, man. Thanks for everything you do.
No problem. Have a good day, brother.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan King, one of the greats. Love it. Ladies and gentlemen, courtesy of BetPage Chris, let's take a look at the Jets' new kickoff. Here we go. Tariq Cohen getting first crack at it, I've been told. Here we go. And we're off. So they had Cohen and Braylon Allen back there. Let's watch it again. They're not going full speed, obviously. One more time. Little look at the kickoff. There it is. Big fella says, Jake, my son loves his Jake Asman hoodie and will be rocking it in Knoxville this fall. Let's go, little fella. Do you call your son the little fella if you're the big fella? Either way, we appreciate his support. Shout out to BetPage Chris for some videos there. There he is on the left with Nate, parentheses Nate. What's up with the comments about feet I'm seeing here? What are we doing? Bobby, if you're around, call back in. Simple Eats is going after you. We always give people a chance to respond on this show. Got to skip every Bobby call. They've been way too constant, and no actual Jets takes are ever given. Well, that's just not true. Bobby's given us plenty of Jets takes. Talks about Braylon Allen every day. Tom says, we're off the rails in this chat. Well, that's every day. Mike the Stat Guy, we could see a McGovern signing this week. I have been saying this for months. I would bring him back. He played for the minimum last year. Just catching up on some plays I could show you guys here. Stand by. Braylon Allen, Malachi Corley, Isaiah Davis, all getting reps. So they're dispersing it out. Love it. Harvey says, I got to run off to the doc. Awesome show, Jake. Thank you. Harvey, good luck with the doctor, my man. Hawk says, big fella son is just fella. And Jet says, kid fella. Maybe it is. J-Quest says, just talk Jets just got in trouble for posting. Really? So the Jets are, well, this is probably the last time we're able to show training camp footage then. If the Jets are cracking down on Let's Talk Jets, that's all you need to know. It was fun while it lasted, if true, J-Quest. It was fun while it lasted. J-Quest says someone came up to us and talked to him. Yeah, well, so the media is not allowed to film 11 on 11. Right? So fans can film it because there's no rules. Tom says that's crazy. They do say no video allowed on the website of practice, but how could you even enforce it? You really can't, but Let's Talk Jets, because they are a known fan outlet, they could crack down on that. So it's going to be led by it's going to be like a grassroots operation to get it up. Dre has dropped 5 super chats. I can't speak. Dre has dropped 5 channel memberships. The first person to make it rain with memberships. Let's go, Dre.
He's gonna die.
Here we go. 5 names officially as Maniacs. Drew, Kirk Gray, Ray Hansey, Nixie, KJ in Colorado. You all are as Maniacs. Love it. Congratulations to everyone who received a channel membership. Johnny Boy says, just got my hat and it's super fresh, Jake. Call in wearing it, Johnny. Show off your merch. Lasso, who lives in Vegas, says, I've got a lot of delusional Raiders fans out here in Vegas. All of them swear Minshew is the answer and that they'd never trade Adams. Minshew is a good backup, very good backup. Is he the answer? No, I would say he's not, but what do I know? They will trade Devontae Adams if they're 3-6 at the deadline. They will save an enormous amount in cap space for next year, so why would they keep him if they're out of it? Looking for phone calls right now. We'll keep the show rolling a little while longer. We have Will Parkinson joining us at 3 Eastern today. He's at practice. So we'll get a breakdown from him. We had a nice run by Braylon Allen just now. Rodgers also just hit Conklin on a play before that. So we're still getting the updates, but if Let's Talk Jets is not showing the video anymore, well, there's only so much we could do. Nick Faria tweeted, we're seeing more plays from Malachi Corley with Rodgers and team. They're trying to get him up to speed. They want him to be their gadget / slack guy. And he's going to get a lot of opportunities these next 7 to 10 days because what's his name is currently hurt. Right? Xavier Gibson suffered an injury that has him out 1 to 2 weeks. Here's what we're going to do right now. I'm going to open up my YouTube stream and I'm gifting a membership. Ladies and gentlemen, we asked for this guy to call in, and he has called in. Johnny Boy is up next. Johnny Boy, look at that hat.
Oh yeah, man. Yo, dude, it's dope, man. The material is fresh. I love the brim on it because I have a big head, bro. So yeah, man. And
You look good.
And the color scheme, dude, is dope on it. So
That's my favorite one that you have right there.
yeah. I had as soon as I saw it, I had to cop it. So it's pretty fresh, bro. Like, hey, the merch is going crazy. And my little one, she got her onesie as well. So
Oh, you got to get a picture of her rocking it.
yeah, she's got to grow into it, man.
It's still too big. That's funny.
Yeah, but she will. So I was thinking that once the season starts, she should be about 3 months, so it'll go ahead and fit her really well. So I'm pretty hyped, man. I just need to go to the barbershop and we get a cut, bro.
100%.
All I know is these walls now being stuck at home. But dude, all the content you're putting out there, man, this is awesome, bro. The squad looks good, man. And you know what my favorite part is seeing Aaron Rodgers just like straight keeping people accountable for when they mess up or they're doing something. Doesn't matter if you're the freaking water boy. He don't care, man. He's making sure everything is running like a nice, well-oiled rigged machine. So I'm pretty hyped, bro. Just
stay healthy, man. That's really the biggest thing. Like I'm very confident in the roster, very confident in the offense getting on the same page with Rodgers. They just stay healthy. Once Morgan Moses begins practicing, they'll have the 5 starting offensive linemen out there for a full month and change before the year starts. Like that's so much better than where they've been.
Jake, let me ask you this, right? Because you know how our fan base tends to get, right? And then we're not the most level-headed individuals at times. But I started seeing that people were saying Tippmann needs to move to guard. Tippmann needs to move to guard. What's your take on that?
Well, then who's playing center, right?
Exactly.
Like, then tell me how that makes sense. So, no, I think Tippmann, who was on the all-rookie team as a center last year, should be given more than just 2 padded practices where we say he can't play center. Like, let's relax. He'll be all right.
Exactly, bro. Appreciate you saying that, man, because it was bonkers to me, people saying that. And I'd rather him have the issues right now than during the season. So get all the kinks out, let it be known, and then kind of go from there. And he's learning from the GOAT, bro. Like, real talk with Aaron Rodgers. I mean, just behind there, she's going to be teaching him all that. And anyways, I'm hyped, bro. Yo, dude, but I don't know, man. I kind of like that one you got on as well, too, though. That one's dope. That's dope as crap, too.
Trucker hat, man. Love it.
Is it, does it, so it's a snapback as well?
Yeah, so like the trucker hat, it has like the mesh. It's like that.
Yeah.
But
see,
it's great.
I wish I could fit all the you see your holes? Like, right, you got it? If you see mine, I have to go almost to the last one, bro. That's how big of a dome piece I got. But
I love it. You look good, Johnny Boy. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you, man. Keep doing your thing, dude. I'll check you out, man.
Johnny Boy checking in. Love it. Ladies and gentlemen, Gator McCluskey has sent in a photo for all of us. He's rocking his Jake Asman Show merch, the hat, the shirt, and the Bobby Midnight tee. Love it. That Bobby Midnight t-shirt is only available till 6:15 Eastern today. We did a flash sale yesterday because Craig and Sarah down in Australia, they wanted to buy one. They didn't get it in the first time that we put the shirt, I should say, for sale. I gifted 1 channel membership during that last call. The recipient of the membership that I gifted is listener SJ345. Let's go. SJ, congratulations. It is just $2.99 to become an Asmaniac and support the show. JR Jet with a super chat. You get a free super chat every month when you're an Asmaniac on YouTube. Hazelnut never tasted so sweet. Sipping my morning Joe out of my new Jake Asman Show mug. Saving the T-shirt and snap for the T-Squared meetup. Hashtag Jet Up. Love that, JR Jet. Thank you, man. Means the world. Also, you bring up the T-Squared meetup. Let's highlight that. RSVP if you're coming. Link is in the description. August 17th, Jets Panthers. See you there. Ladies and gentlemen, JR Jet. How about a 5-spot of memberships? Oh, baby. All right, let's see who got memberships here. The following 5 listeners are now Asmaniacs. Gerard Juarez, Mike Donovan, Barry Lively, Horatio Hornblower, Corn Eat Food, all officially channel members. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Appreciate you doing that. Tyrod Taylor, beautiful deep spiral to Malik Taylor for 40-plus yards. Play of the day so far, according to Rich Samini. Malik Taylor's made some plays this summer, folks. Wouldn't surprise me if he makes this team. Him and Brownlee seem to be maybe battling for that last receiver spot. Thank you to JR Jed and Dre for the 5-spot of membership so far. Bang says, at this point, we need a veteran insurance policy for Tippmann and Ruckert. Ruckert continues to struggle. Where are you hearing Ruckert continues to struggle? Where is this narrative coming from, Bang? You just made that up. Where did you see Ruckert is not playing well or he's struggling? He's tight end 2. He's not even the starter on this team. What are you talking about? Blitz BK says, a few more hats and Johnny will have one for each kid. That's well played. That is most definitely well played.
Hey, congrats on the sex.
Bet page Chris, Garrett and Rodgers in a long animated exchange again. Garrett is ultra competitive. Yeah, you love that stuff. When I was there Saturday, Chris, you had Garrett and Rodgers basically inseparable the entire practice, just going over stuff. Hit the like button. Keep it rolling here as we continue our stream this morning. NY Jets Florida is on the line. NY, what do you got for us?
Jake, what's up, Jake? The Lazard thing is kind of a bad look, unfortunately. The morale on the team must have been super low. I could imagine a player used to playing with a player like Rodgers has got to be demoralized, but he should have set a better example for the younger players. And kudos to Saleh, who obviously coached his ass off. Anyone who says Saleh can't coach with that kind of quarterback situation. And kudos to Garrett and Breece Hall, because any of those guys could have quit. Breece coming off an injury, Garrett, struggling for every yard. I mean, the character players we have in this team are amazing, especially the young ones.
Yeah, I think there's really good leadership on this team, and now it's got to translate to winning, right? You have the quarterback, you have a legit backup in Tyrod who's capable if something does happen to Aaron, and they got to win.
Yep. A lot of people are jumping the gun on this Davante Adams thing. I don't know if we're gonna really not jumping the gun, but let's just see what we have. It's a little fast to be wanting Davante when we could have an amazing roster of what we have. We have 2 capable tight ends, and I think Ruckert. Anyone who saw Ruckert, and I watched him at Ohio State, Ruckert was a very good player at Ohio State. I mean, he was underutilized as a receiver. You don't know what he is really, and same with the Jets. He really there's no quarterback situation where last year he could have shot, had anything to flash his potential. Let's just say he was a glorified blocker. Our tight ends were blockers in the backfield. That's basically what we had. We had one receiver or two receiver routes. That's basically what we had with our offensive line. It was brutal.
Yeah, I mean, it was probably the worst combination in the NFL by far. You know what I mean? Like 13 O-line combos in 17 games with garbage quarterback play, right? Because that's the thing. They were able to go 4-3 last year when the offensive line still basically had AVT because he was the kind of the linchpin to everything. And once he went down, they were unable to run the ball with Brees anymore, and that exposed how bad the quarterback play was. And with the awful O-line, it magnified how bad the quarterback play was. So it all kind of spiraled after that 4-3 start.
Exactly, Jake. That's about all I got, Jake. We're getting a little bit closer to the season, so good to see Lane Train calling in. Nice to see him pop in finally after his baseball. He's into the baseball thing. So
yeah, that's right.
Thanks, Jake. Appreciate it.
And I appreciate you, man. Good call from him. So we heard from someone in the chat that's at I think it was Bethpage Chris or Jay Quest that Garrett and Rodgers were animated again on the sideline. Richie from Jets Media is at practice, and he got it, so we can watch it. Let's pull it up here. Gotta find it though. Hold on, I just had it. All right, here we go. And this was like all on Saturday too. I'm just constantly talking. And Brees listening in too. Aaron's smiling at something. Garrett is so competitive. You love that. This is the beginning of it. This is how you know these two are going to be great together. I like it. This to me is all good stuff. You want your number one receiver and QB on the same page. There's no doubt. Sears says Nick Wright did a whole segment on the Rodgers-Wilson argument. Of course. Rodgers and Garrett aren't on the same page, but if he went to those 2 days of minicamp, like, come on, man. It's so weak. Let's see. Snowball wrote in. Anyone have a training camp ticket for August 7th? Snowball, I got you. I got you. No problem. I'm going to get you one right now. All right. Snowball, I got you. Jay Graves, I got you. Don't worry. Bethpage Chris writes in, I'm not getting visual confirmation of Jay Quest having gifts turned on. A whole lot of fumbling around and no confirmation. Is Bethpage Chris now a detective? Man with a rake, super chat, cuts the line. I need an Asmaniac sticker for the truck, big enough to be seen by Dolphins fans. I like the other sticker, but I need what I need. Thank you. We could work on getting an Asmaniac sticker up in the store. Right now, we just have Jake Asman show. We're also working on flip-flops and sandals and shorts for a special summer drop of merch next week. So stay tuned for that. It's all in the works. And once again, I say it all the time, but can't thank everyone enough who's supported the show with merch. Aaron messed up. JT still have a New York Jets jersey link. Got to go message me on Patreon for that one, my man. Patreon.com/Jake Asman Show. Let's see. Love Bites writes in as Maniac Condoms. Hey now. Let's just relax a little bit, people.
RELAX. Relax.
Calm your freaky down.
All right, everyone, just take it easy. Everyone just calm down. More updates from practice here. Here we go. Let's see. Quentin Williams sacks Rodgers, who takes an awkward step as Williams stepped on his foot. Crowd groans. He's fine. Can we stop stepping on Aaron Rodgers' feet? Can we stop? All right. Quentin Williams accidentally ran into Rodgers, or they ran into each other on what would have been a quick sack. Williams said, "My bad." Quentin, I love you. Can we stay away from the freaking franchise? Before that, Rodgers to Hall on a wheel route for a long gain. Offense showing signs of life after another spotty day. Wheel route to Brees goes for a big gain. Nice play design. Get everyone on the same page. Let's go. Nick Faria, really good blitz pickup by the Jets O-line on the last play. All right. I like that. SXHBK. Still waiting for the boxers to drop. Maybe it's in the works. Root says, this Garrett Wilson tantrum reminds of the kid that no one could tell him anything in summer camp. How is it a tantrum? Give me a break. What a silly comment. Jerome, the Packer fan, writes in 14-3. Dag nabbit, Jerome, the Packer fan. Jerome, I speak on behalf of every Jet fan. We hope you're right. We hope you're right. Robbie Sabo, more Jets teams. Aaron Rodgers and offense on the move. First, he hits Brees Hall out of the backfield as quick as can possibly be, then finds Garrett Wilson with some open space intermediate. Then Rodgers shows a bit of frustration, not a crazy amount after he was stepped on via a collapse in pocket. Didn't have a great view of it. Perhaps big Q as the pass rush has been getting creative on this drive. Play later, AR dusts himself off to find Brees again. Drive seemingly stalls out outside the red zone. I say seemingly because nobody actually knows what situations is/are. DNAT says, I do not want to see any Asmaniacs modeling boxers. Well, there's some I'd like to see, but I'll keep that to myself. A play later. That's from Robbie again. Let me see. More updates here. Fourth and 1, Rodgers goes deep to Wilson, who breaks off his route. Apparent miscommunication. Earlier, Hackett said offense has been inconsistent. Today's practice hasn't changed that. Rich actually wrote, today's pre-Rice hasn't changed that, but I'm going to assume he did not mean pre-Rice. I'm going to assume he meant practice. Not a game. Practice. Also, important to note, we said this yesterday. Usually the defense is always ahead of the offense at this time of year. The Jets defense we know is great. They're in year 4 of the system. The Jet offense has 4 of their 5 starters on the offensive line brand new. They don't have Mike Williams practicing yet. And they have Rodgers coming off injury, so he's trying to reestablish chemistry with the guys who were on the team last year. So it was always going to take some time. That's why it's called practice. You get better as the summer goes on. That's how this works. Stay tuned. Someone just take a breath. Take a breath. All right, last chance to get in if you want to call into the show. Practice is going to be winding down soon. So I'm just checking Twitter for the live updates. Make sure we don't miss anything. Chaz Surratt has been everywhere today. Snuffed out a screen. Nick Faria, great ball from Tyrod Taylor. Even better catch by Jason Brownlee. All right. Love to see it. Dre says, already wearing as Maniac boxers. I don't know if that's possible, Dre, but I appreciate it.
Hey, Dre, what do you think about Brock Purdy?
He's going to die.
Thank you. All right. Jake Asman shorts are in the works, folks. What do we think of these? Hold on. Let me try and get. What do we think? Also, in the works, Jake Asman flip-flops and sandals. But if you're going to model these, we need socks on. No one wants to see your stinky feet. Unless you're maybe Rex Ryan, but I don't know. I think he was into his wife's feet, not random Jet fans' feet. Sandals here. These are cool. It's in the works. We'll drop shorts and sandals potentially next week. Once again, these are the shorts. Again, the mesh shorts. It's in the works. Root says that Keon Coleman kid will be something special. Josh Allen to Keon Coleman will be a thing and thorn in our side. We'll just put Sauce Gardner on him, Root. So I think we'll be okay. Not worried about the Bills wide receiver this year. Bonesy says I like the white slides. Jay says need lane train shirts. We do need some lane train shirts. It's in the works. Seems like we got some good responses to the shorts and flip-flops there. So it's in the works. Keith writes, and I feel like Lazard didn't own up 100%. He said everything but the obvious. He sucked. I don't care who the quarterback is. You have to catch the ball when it hits you in the chest, period. I mean, I thought he took accountability. You didn't? You don't think this is taking accountability here?
Yeah, it was tough. It was definitely tough. You know, arguably, I think it was probably my hardest year that I had to, for my career and everything. Just with the adversity, you know, moving cities, new team, new environment. Obviously, losing Aaron was pretty detrimental for the team and everything, and playing alongside him the past 4 seasons and stuff, and then trying to figure out how I can still remain successful and bringing the team, being my best self out there for the team and everything. There's a lot of challenges and stuff, but, ultimately I think I learned a lot about myself and just things I can improve on and how to handle my business better.
I mean, I'll take that. First Day Jet says, per Richie from Jets Media, Olu is a wall in pass protection. Love to see it. I mean, he's a beast. He is a beast. Steve Asman's watching the show. He attended Jets training camp for the first time in 14 years on Saturday. Last time my dad saw the Jets in training camp, Hard Knocks was there in 2010 when the Jets were eating a bunch of cheeseburgers on the field, and Rex Ryan wasn't pleased. And the rest is history. My dad says Mr. Bonesy's face needs to be on the insole of those. I like it. Bang says Sauce better travel this year then. They said they're going to be having him travel more. They've already said that. Crazy. Let's see. Rodgers just said Garrett Wilson on a nice sliding catch. So those two guys are getting on the same page. Shadow Realm says, how is Brock Bowers doing? Did somebody say Brock Bowers?
Did somebody say Brock Bowers?
Steve Asman says his next trip to training camp is 10 years from now. 3 hours of traffic on the way home. That's because you wanted to stop for lunch. We didn't stop for lunch. You would have been back sooner. Philly Noodles, what's the news on Corley? He's made some plays today. That's, to me, the news. Uh-oh. Great catch from Lazard on pass that was behind him to pick up first down. Seemed like he got hurt after the play, too. We'll see if he just got dinged up. Let's see. That was from Faria. We'll see who else reported stuff. Jalen Holmes was just carted off. Richie tweeted, Rodgers rips one to Brownlee that fell incomplete. Rodgers immediately started to tell Brownlee where he needs to be to catch the ball. Well, there's a Brownlee update. I think Lazard's okay. He took a shot, but he walked off to the side. He's standing next to Hackett. Olu Fasher doing a good job blocking Will McDonald during the move the ball period of team drills. It was Chuck Clark who hit Lazard. He was shaken up, but he's good. All right. Let's see. You know what I like? You know who gives great training camp updates? It's our guy, Robbie Sabo, because he waits for the drive to finish and then recaps it all so you understand what happened. So I'll read you the Jets' last team drive. Rodgers misses Garrett pretty badly late inside, visibly frustrated afterward. I took it as self-criticism, but unsure. Either way, play or two later, he slices the coverage to hit Garrett Wilson on the same exact route. A beauty, led low, safe, perfect. Rodgers then finds Lazard for 8 to 10, middle area as Chuck Clark comes up to pop him a bit. Lazard's slow getting up to the side area. AR incomplete to Brownlee, miscommunication. Rodgers animated afterwards. Gives you a good little recap there. Super chat from Iceman, who writes in. I'm so over the media's Jet hate. Time to make them eat their words this season. They take every chance they can to make themselves sound stupid. CC and R. Colin Cowherd, Nick Wright, I'm guessing. Yeah, I mean, Nick Wright spent a segment on a national show ripping Rodgers because him and Garrett Wilson were talking on the sideline going over things. Tells you all you need to know. Cincy Matt. Thank you, Cincy Matt. Should have got to this as soon as I saw it. I'm just seeing it now. A 5 spot. All right, here we go. 5 channel memberships have just been dished out by Cincy Matt. So if you hear your name called, you thank him. Allison Tuckwab. Allison, I hope you're well. We haven't heard from you. Sauce. JD. Farouk Kawajawa. Gus. All officially as Maniacs. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Who else is going to make it rain? We've added 16 memberships this show. We are always looking for more. They're the lifeline of the show. And if you're tuning in late, Will Parkinson at 3 today. We'll break down practice. Johnny says, what's your take on House of Dragons series? It's been good, but I think it's been too slow. Not enough is happening. There's been some great moments, but the last episode, I feel like we've done 3 straight or 4 straight episodes of Damon doing nothing. There's not enough action. It's been too slow. We need some things to pick up. Iceman says, how do I gift memberships? Instead of sending in a super chat, hit the gift membership button. TB says, do you think McDonald will get many reps in preseason games? I'm curious to see how he looks. I think he'll play a lot in the preseason. I do. Jay says, are we tired of Reddick watch? I mean, you'd like him signed, but it's still July 30th. You know? It's kind of a reminder how long training camp is. Cincy Matt says you can't gift from your phone. Interesting. Dre with a 5 spot. Oh, baby Dre. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
5 from Dre.
He's going to die.
Here we go, baby. The following 5 are officially as Maniacs. Yup Blaze, C-Mac, Waltz Chili, Haney and Rob Hall. Someone's got to make a YouTube username. Charles Gorman's Mother's Chicken Soup. It'd be an honor and a privilege to read that name. Nothing is more American than Charles Gorman's Mother's Chicken Soup. Jquest says, you still on? Practice is over. Jquest, call in. You could have the first word on breaking down practice. We got Will at 3 today. Jquest, offense looks bad. Look, here's the bottom line. Defense, 1, really good. Offense, you would expect to get better as the summer goes on. But they got to get on the same page. I mean, they got to get Mike Williams back out there in mid-August. But this will make the Jets better, man. Once again, the Jets might have the best defense in football, and they're in year 4 of the system, so you would expect the defense to be ahead of the offense. That said, the offense got to pick it up. And that's why you have Rodgers back to hold guys accountable. Practice ended with a Jarek Bernard Converse interception against Tyrod Taylor. Dre writes in, I get to these memberships via Android. Well, maybe you could gift if you're not on an iPhone. I don't know. TB says, I got sick the other day. Needed some of that chicken soup.
Hey, Charles, I need some more of that chicken soup.
I'm going to get to the bottom of this gifted membership thing. Let's see if I can get from my phone. Let's find out. I can't even get from my phone. So I guess maybe it's just Androids who could do it. J-Quest, defense played lights out. Finished practice with a pick. JBC with the pick. Rourke's drift, weather not good for Saturday camp. Well, let's hope the weather guessers are wrong, and it's going to be a nice day. We'll see. Gator checks in. iPhones don't allow for gifted memberships. Well, that sucks. Cincy Matt, it's going to be much difficult for a complex offense to get on the same page as fast as the defense. It's going to take time. It is going to take time. July 30th. If they're playing terrible on offense on August 28th, it's different. Carly apparently checked the weather and says it looks fine. So who's telling the truth here? Rourke's drift or the July Employee of the Month for the Jake Asman Show? The Director of Merch Store Operations. I meant to hit this, not Bobby. Iceman says this is the only thing an Android is better for. It's true. Dre says Android superior, iPhone inferior. No one likes anyone with an Android, man. Your chat's coming up green, ruining every group chat. The worst, Dre. That's your only bad quality. TB has gifted a channel membership. Colin Richards is the recipient of said membership. Let's go. All right, we're going to wrap up shortly here. Carly says I'm not a meteorologist, though. No. But you are the Employee of the Month. Dano says, just made it, Jake. Can you rehash the entire first 112 minutes? Sure, Dano. So let's go minute by minute and break down what we discussed. Not.
F you. F you. F you too.
Tom says, also 50%. So it's a coin flip for how bad Saturday could be. I don't know, man. Gator says, get an Android for gifting or be a loser. And an iPhone for anything else. Oh, so get an Android for gift giving or being a loser. Sears says, Jake, how much for you and Bobby to read off the draft order for my fantasy football league? Sears, you should just have Bobby do it, man. I'm sure he would do it for like $20. That's great. And with the first pick, Sears 93. Okay, Sears, where are you from? Oh. Rourke Striff, we score on average 24 a game. With our defense, we win a bunch of games. Yeah, that's the thing. The Jets don't need to have the 2020 Packers offense with Rodgers to win a lot of games. Let's remind people part of the reason why the offense has struggled through the first 2 days of padded practices is because the Jet defense is damn good. This is without Hassan Reddick. Dre writes in, I've got a lot more bad qualities, but at least I'm handsome. You son of a gun. You son of a gun. Jay Blizz says, Kenoby. Shout out to J Quest once again. Rocking the Kenoby jersey. I mean, that's as good as it gets. That's the best. Dan writes in, Jake, if the Jets score more points than their opponents, they win a game. I agree. Look, the goal for the Jets should be, to Dan's point, to score more points than the other team. If they do that, they win. All right? That's the type of stuff that Hackett is preaching in the meeting rooms, folks. Shout out to J-Quest. Shout out to Purple Belt Mike. Shout out to Bethpage Chris and Nate parentheses Nate for rocking the merch at camp today. JakeAsman.com/shop. Tom Ace, from college. It's just college. Also, according to meteorologist Carly in the chat, the 50% chance of rain is at 6 p.m. So if you're going to camp Saturday, you should be fine. Ladies and gentlemen, the employee of the month. By the way, underrated movie, Employee of the Month. One of the great bad movies out there. All right, a little Dane Cook. Horrendous acting from Jessica Simpson. Tremendous. Bring your Gusbuster to camp just in case.
If you go to gusbuster.com, you could purchase the best umbrella in the universe. And you could use the promo code Jake so you'll get 15% off on any of your umbrellas.
I love that movie. It's a great film, Tom. I'm with you. Dan says 50% isn't chance of rain. It's actually 50% cloud coverage. God, we can't even get on the same page with the weather forecast for Saturday. What is going on here? Benny says, till the Jets actually win some regular season games, I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to drink the Kool-Aid right now because it tastes delicious. You know what that tastes like, Benny? This tasted like 12-5 AFC East champions. Let me taste it again just to make sure. Oh, yeah. That's a strong 12-5 AFC East champions. Strong. Tom says, might need a Jake Asman pod show. Let me add it to the list, Tom, of things in the merch store. I love it. I love it. All right. We're going to wrap up here. Carly says this has gone from a football show to a foot show to a weather show. Yeah.
Hi, Carly. First time I talked to you. You're a nice lady. Where are you from, New York? Hi, Mom.
Rourke Strip says weather prediction, a green tornado tearing apart the AFC East. Sign me up. Sign me up. All right. I'm actually going to end the show. Will Parkinson, 3 p.m. today. He's coming on. And it's going to be tremendous. So I'm looking forward to that. If you have questions for Will, make sure you tune in. He's been at camp the last 2 days. So we'll get some good insight from him. We'll talk about the state of the team, what he's hearing about Reddick, all that good stuff. So we got Will Parkinson coming up this afternoon. I want to thank everyone who tuned in. Once again, thank you to everyone who wore merch to training camp today. I'll be out there on Saturday, so I'm looking forward to hanging out with so many of you guys. Can't wait. Hit the like button on your way out of here. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't. It goes a long way towards the show continuing to grow. It's free to subscribe. Uh-oh. Super chat at the buzzer. We're not done yet. Cincy Matt. I wore my Bobby Midnight shirt to bed last night and attempted to explain who he was. Not easy. Imagine someone who doesn't watch this show. They see you're wearing a shirt that says Bobby Midnight 2024. This guy. Imagine. Unreal. Look at this Bobby Midnight shirt that Gator's wearing. Unbelievable. Bobby's the best. I love it. Thank you for the super chat, Cincy Matt. Very nice of you. And for gifting memberships earlier. Truly appreciate it. All right. We've talked a lot about Kenoby today in honor of J-Quest. We played you one of the Kenoby calls from earlier this offseason. The one that J-Quest himself made to Chris McMonagle of WFAN. But how about the call that was made on the station I will be hosting Morning Drive for on Friday morning? When Bobby Midnight decided to call Dan Grasso.
Bobby, good morning. How are you?
First, the Jets, okay? I wanted to see what you think about the Jets draft choice, and I got a choice that you might wanted to hear from. Like Kenoby from college. He's supposed to be good. He plays both ways. He's from college. Did you ever hear of the guy?
Bob, you know what? I got to be honest with you, and I thank you for the phone call. There's a lot of guys who play in college. I'm not familiar with that name that you threw out there, to be quite honest with you. You guys know who he was talking about? Because it totally escaped my mind. The two-way prospect playing Ironman football, which, like I said, not too familiar with there.
It went on so much further than I ever thought could be possible. It's some of the best shit I've ever seen.
Plenty on the table. Up to Vermont we go. It's Bob. It's the fan. What's going on, Bobby?
Hey, Moose. I heard about this player called Kenoby from college. Do you ever hear Kenoby from college?
No. Who's that?
His name is Kenoby. He plays both ways from college.
No, I don't know who you're talking about.
You never heard of Kenoby?
No. And Bob, thanks a lot for the call. It's been forever.
On the 2022 draft pick, the pick goes to Kenoby out of college.
All right, let's go back to Bob in Vermont.
I wanted to ask you, what do you think the Jets and Giants will do on the draft, your choices? And also, do you ever hear of a player from college called Kenoby?
Kenoby? From what school?
College.
Yeah, but what college?
It's just college. Do you ever hear that guy's name?
No, I've never heard of Kenoby from college. Kenoby from college? What position does he play?
He plays offense and defense.
He plays offense and defense? He's a two-way guy?
Yep, that's what he said.
How do you spell the last name?
Kenoby. I can't remember how you spell it. It starts with K, I know that.
Okay, because I'm spelling it wrong on Google.
No, Kenoby.
Thanks for the call, Bob. I do not know who Kenoby is. Maybe somebody listening knows of a player, a two-way player coming out of college that gives you like 300 options. I'm looking at Zoo. He's just laughing. I'm trying to find out. A two-way player plays offense and defense? Kenoby is coming.
Look, guys, I don't know how else to say this. The fact of the matter is the team has almost no chance to win this week unless you click on the like button. Also, be sure you're subscribed to the Jake Asman Show. Let's do this. Go Jets.